What is up, guys, and welcome back. Now, this is probably the highest producing barn that I've ever made. Now, there's a few things you're probably going to notice straight away. You're going to be wondering, Cowboy, how many chemistry stations and lab ovens in here are? There is 20 of each, okay? 20 of each spread out among 10 chemists. Now, if you've followed one of my guides before, you're thinking, okay, so what does that mean? No handlers? We're going to be restocking this ourselves? It's not fully automatic? Yes and no, guys. So 20 chemistry stations is 200 phosphorus, 200 pseudo, and 200 acid. Guys, that is a massive amount. Guys, one cook of this lab is going to produce you 100 bricks. It's going to make you 100 bricks. So you're not going to need to refill this. Once you've made 100 bricks, guys, you're not going to need any more product in there in this stage of the game. Once this lab has produced one cook cycle, you're going to be tearing it down, selling it, and moving on to the next stage of the game. If you want to run a whole setup through this over and over and over again, yeah, you could do it 2-3 times, get 200 bricks, 300 bricks. You can run it all through an 8-step mix. You know, that's bumps it up to $300 a unit. You know, guys, if you were to do an 8-step mix for all of the product that comes through this factory, that is 600,000 in cash worth of bricks just from one cook cycle. So I'm telling you, once you fill up all of these chemistry sets and you let it run once, you're not going to need to do it again. Now, guys, it is a little bit hard to set up. You know, this is not easy. There was a bit of a blueprint that was made to, it's a bit of a puzzle, you know, to get 20 chemistry sets, 20 lab ovens, 10 beds, 10 storage racks, and yeah, man, it's not the easiest thing to do. There's, as you can see by the design, there's been a lot of thought and effort that has gone into this. I actually made this on my playthrough series, so if you're interested to see it in action live, the link to the episode where this is created will be in the description below. But I have received so many requests from you guys. Cowboy, how do we make that lab? I'm trying to follow it. It's too confusing. You don't go through it in much depth. So all it took, one person had to ask me, and now here we are. I'm going to tear it all down for you, and we're going to walk through it step by step. Now, we'll just rattle through some FAQ before I get started. You might be asking yourself, hey, Cowboy, is it really worth it setting this all up? Because I have to spend $40,000 on chemistry stations and lab ovens alone. Now, with the introduction of the pawn shop, guys, in my personal playthrough, I got $31,800 back from my $40,000 spent on chem sets and lab ovens. Now, a $9,000 cost for a $600,000 haul was not too bad for me. I didn't even barter with him. That was his first offer. His first offer to me was $31,800, and if you don't get a price that you like, don't take the deal, go back the next day, see if he will offer you something different. Now, we're just going to get straight into it. The required items are actually really simple, really straightforward. You're going to need 11 beds and, of course, 20 chemistry stations, 20 lab ovens, and at least 10 large storage racks. And, guys, apart from your 200 of acid, phosphorus, and pseudo, guys, that's going to be it. It's pretty easy and pretty straightforward. Now, if I forget anything, it will be in the description below. But I'm pretty sure that is it, guys. Now, of course, 11 beds. Let's go into laying out the beds. Sorry, guys, it's always weird getting this in here. This is the layout. It goes 2 against the wall like this with a gap, a third one here, and then you get 2 long ways. Look, I'm just going to show you the screen, and you can look at that and lay them out like so, and then I'll walk over slowly just to give you another good look. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain, bit of Tetris. It's not that hard, but you'll figure it out. And then, of course, your last 2 beds are going to go down here. Of course, you want to put the beds in first, these 2 down here as well before we get started, but let's just get right into lab oven placement. Now, the first 3 are going to go hard up, not against the wall, but against the post, just 1 step out, and that's going to allow us to get 3 in here. Now, I don't want to be overlapping the door, bit of a misplace by me there, but that's where you want it, guys, 3 in there. Alright, guys, then for the opposing post here, we're going to want to get our chemistry sets just hanging outside of the pillars like that, just outside. And you want to put 2 in here. Then you want to come around the other side and put another lab oven hard up against it. Now they are behind the post and in between them like such, okay? Then you want to come up against the wall, push it hard into the wall underneath the window, and you want to put 2 chemistry sets right next to each other like that. And while we're here, we're going to jump over and put another 2 down like so. And then we want to turn the corner once again, and we want to butt in our chemistry station like this into the pillar as close as you can, and the other one is going to fit in there. It's the same as overhanging just like such, and then we're going to put 2 of our lab ovens directly opposing the chemistry stations. Okay, so you should get a setup at the moment that looks a little like this. 3 against the pillars, and then you're going to go overlapping 2 here. You're going to have 1 hard up against it, the one that's overlapping, 2 against the wall underneath the white window, hard up against the wall. Skip the pillar, hard up against the wall, another 2. Then you're going to have another 2 overlapping the pillar, like such, or the back of it in line, and then 2 opposing lab ovens facing, alright? And then for the middle section, we're just going to be putting 2 chemistry stations down like such. Now, guys, you want to mirror this exactly, okay? So this is why I like this so much, is because you can just mirror the design. It's really, really not complicated. Just keep a glance over there. Oh, yeah, that's where it goes. We're just mirroring exactly what we just laid out, like such. And there goes the alarm, leaving a nice and healthy gap. We're putting them hard up against the bed, guys. We're not bringing them square over. We want them hard up against the bed, so there's a nice and healthy gap between the two. And then, of course, we want the chemistry stations here. Now, I was wondering, I must have forgot one. I forgot one here, so that goes in there. Now, you're wondering, Cowboy, you've still got 8 in your inventory. How the heck do you manage to fit these in? Okay, so now we're going to go into the storage racks. Now, you want to leave to make sure there's enough walkable gap between these sides here, because we're using as much space as we can here, all right? So as long as we can walk around it, and it's not going to be too much of a headache. And then you just want to build 10 out, okay? So you just want to build out 10. And there you go, 10 storage racks. And then these are going to be the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, 20 chem sets, 20 lab ovens in the barn. Your 100 brick factory per cook cycle has been placed. Now, guys, because we're only doing 1 cook, I don't think it's super imperative how you assign your employees. It's kind of like just as long as you get all of the chem sets and all of the lab ovens assigned to each chemist fully, so all of everyone's going to be fully assigned, and you just want to make sure as you're walking around setting recipes that you're going to have 20, managing chem 20, and select the recipes like that, and then you just kind of want to set it in a logical way. Set the destinations, you know, in a way that just makes sense, right? So that's going to go there, that's going to go there. Maybe this one would go on the end there. This one would go here. And then we know those 2 have destinations, and that was the second. This one can go to the 3rd, and this one can go to the 4th. And now we know that's all done. Now we've got a bunch over here. This one can go to 1 here. This one can go to maybe 2 here. This one can go to 2, and then this one can go to 3. There we go. That's all you need to do for that, guys. Just make sure you just do one side of the room to one side of the room, all right? We're not having any conflicting routes going all over the place, because that's just going to be annoying. And then you want to keep 5 chemists working on this side and 5 chemists working on this side. As long as they're all bunched up in here, guys, it's the amount of product you're going to produce from this place, you're just not going to even worry about it, all right? It's just going to be running around the clock. It's literally like, mass production at this point. So I'm just going to do the same on the other side, and I'm just going to do it a bit slowly for anyone who didn't see that. So I'm just walking around, left-clicking all the chemistry stations, make sure I'm now, oh, they're all managed, okay. So we want to go to the chemistry station, and we just, to the opposing, I'm just scrolling to get out of it. Okay, so that's all set, and we know this one's just going to go to the furthest. Okay, and then maybe the next one can go to the 2nd furthest, and then this one can go to the 3rd furthest, and then the next one here can go to the 4th furthest. Okay, and there's 4 over there. Now we know these 2 are facing each other, so that's pretty easy. They can go there. Then we come around the corner. Here goes there. And here goes there. Now I feel like I might be missing the station here. Yeah, I missed this little guy in the corner, and he can just go to the last one here. I'm not too worried about it. That's going to be fine for us. Okay, as long as they all have destinations set, that's fine. Now, when it comes to your lab ovens, you just want to make sure you keep track of where you are. So it's pretty easy, guys. If this is 1, that's 2. This is going to be all the way to 6. That's going to be 7, and then just go 8, 9, 10, working to the furthest away from where you started. Okay, well, maybe furthest away would be on the one on the left, so maybe let's do that. So this is going to be 1, and then that's going to go to the destination shelf 1, and then the next one is going to go to destination shelf 2, and the next one, you guessed it, is going to go destination shelf 3, and the next one is going to go destination shelf 4, so we know that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, correct. That's going to go to destination shelf 4, and the next one will be destination shelf 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. And that's going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. And then 6, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just triple checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty easy. And then we go 7, which is just going to be this guy here, 7, and that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and we've got 3 left here. And let's just go, this one is going to go to the third one. Okay, this one to the second one, and then that one is going to go to the last one. Okay, and that's all of your lab ovens now assigned to the destination racks, and that's going to be pretty much it for your destinations. Now, you just want to do the exact same on the other side. You want to make sure all of these have destinations set, and you want to go to, again, we're going to start over here, and we're going to work our way back. So this is going to be 1, 2, 1. Now, I'm going to assume that you guys know how to do this by now, so I am just going to skip through this part. Yep, my dad always told me never assume anything. So that's 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to go to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is going to be 6. That's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. So that's 6. Looks good to me. This is going to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we've got the 3 on the end. So this is just going to go to the third, second, first. Just like that. Alright, now we're just going to start assigning these chemists to their stations. So we're just going to start from the furthest, most left chemist and then work our way through the lot of them. So we're just going to start with him. And we're going to assign him to pretty much, we're just trying to make it as even as we can. So we know this one is going to the third one there. So let's just go like this. Let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 4. That's for him. Alright, we'll go to the next one. And then we'll go, so we know that's 4. So we'll go 1, 2. And then we remember these two are assigned to one another. And that's 4, okay? So that's going to there. This is going to there. So that's pretty easy, straightforward. So that's nicely done. Then we'll go to the next one. Alrighty. Now we can see these are all assigned now. From memory, I assume this is going to go to here. Okay. And then this is going to go to here. And that's going to be that done. Now we'll just check. I believe we got that right. Oh no, that's going to... Look... Ooh, hang on. I think we got that right. Yeah, I think we got that right. Yeah, we did. Good. You just look, see the girl on the face, the girl on the face, girl on the face, and then girl on the face. All going to her face. Come on, cowboy. Keep it PG. Alright, so we're just going to go to... Yeah, you wouldn't want to assign anything to anyone's face, obviously, so... That would be preposterous. All right, here we go. So this one here is going to go to this one. This one here is going to go to that one. And then obviously these are facing each other. So that's nice and easy. Now there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do know how to do maths. Thank goodness. And we're just going to do the last 4 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty easy, guys. We just want to make sure they're all signed to the same kind of stuff. Again, I wouldn't be stressing about it, but it's probably best you don't want people conflicting with one another. So we'll do that. Here we go. Do the same for the other side. Now from memory, I believe, actually we'll just double check before we start. So this one is going to there. These two is going to there. Now what one is going to there? This one here is going to there. So I might just change that around actually. I might select that to go to there. And then this one can go to there. Okay, so we just change those two around. Now let's just assign exactly the same way we just did. Well, it's fresh in our mind. Okay. Oh, it's not fresh in my mind apparently. Here we go. So that's there. That's there. Yeah. Okay. So while we remember, let's find him. This, like this, and then that one goes to this one here. Probably like, cowboy, really? You already forgot that? Come on, man, keep up. Yes, I know. Looks pretty straightforward, guys. You just did the assignments. I probably don't even need to show you this. I'm sure you guys are perfectly capable of figuring it out. Now we know that one is going to there. This one goes to there. Great. And then our last 4 is going to be 1, 2. Well, there's going to be one more chemist out there. 3, 4. Alright guys, that's going to be it from me today. Now the chemists are going to come in and filter and turn on all the chemistry sets. Now if you want to see this lab in action, it's going to be the first link in the description down below. And while you're down there, a like, comment, and subscribe would go such a long way. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please let me know. The playthrough is really good if you want to see this get done with a eco build. This is going to be enough for you. One cook cycle, again, is 600,000 if you run it through the 8-step mixing minus the cost of all the setup. Now, It is not very hard to set up, guys, but this is probably the culmination of 200 hours in the game to come to this realization that this is probably the best way to do it. This one cook, tear it all down, take it to the pawn shop, and sell it. It's probably the best way to do it, and then go straight into Coca or go straight into the docks after this, and you can do the exact same thing in the docks as well, or you could do 2 cook cycles here, and then that's it. Then that's the docks, that's everything. If that's what you want to do, and then you can go to Coca, then you could do 16, and then you could tear this down. You could do a Coca setup at the docks. You could do a 16-step mix here if you wanted, if you just wanted to flex how good you are at the game. It is what it is, guys. Guides for all of it is on the channel, so just have a browse through. There's going to be plenty of stuff in there. Discord link is going to be down below. If you're a massive supporter of the channel, there is going to be a membership button. I haven't really interacted with that a bunch, but there will be some membership-only content coming in the future. But that's going to be it from me today. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have learned something or I helped you out in the slightest, please let me know. And of course, as always, guys, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.